Last week, I recorded a 45-minute video, dropped the raw file into my editor, and typed one paragraph into Claude. Then I watched it edit the entire thing. 26 minutes and it was done. Every bad take gone, every dead pause cut. I've built over $40 million of pipeline for B2B SaaS companies, and I build real software with Claude code every single day. This is the most impressive thing that I've seen done with AI yet. By the end of this video, you'll know how AI can edit a whole video for you, the 2 words to say on camera that deleted bad takes right away, and how to verify and edit that you didn't make yourself with AI. Let's get into it. So first, some quick context so this makes sense. I record long videos where I build real systems with Claude code, which means that every single week I have raw footage sitting there waiting on the part that eats the most time for me. The editing. Because here's the part about a talking head video. You don't just talk for 45 minutes. You mess up a line and then you say it again and again. You lose your train of thought. Sometimes you stare at a wall, you check your notes. My 45-minute recording had 26 takes that I redid out loud, and it had 163 pauses long enough to notice the pause. Cutting all of that by hand means dragging through a timeline like this for hours, finding every messed up take, deleting it, joining the pieces so it all sounds like one clean video read. And the time it takes to edit all these videos is the reason that so many recorded videos never get published. So I stopped doing it by hand. An AI edited this entire video and I never opened my editor. I don't mean a tool that adds captions and calls it AI editing. I mean the actual edit. I recorded 45 minutes of raw footage from a long form video, gave Claude a link to this project right here, and told it exactly what I wanted it to do in plain English. I asked it to cut the dead space, to remove every take where I messed up and went again, and many other edits like this. Then I sat there and watched my timeline chopped itself into 195 pieces live right in front of me. The finished cut came back as 26 minutes. It found 26 bad takes and removed every single one of them. It also shortened 163 pauses that I had in the middle of the video. And then I watched it back. It played like one clean read, start to finish. The best part is it showed me its work before it touched anything. Every cut, it listed out and told me exactly what it was going to do. All I had to do was approve it, and then it edited the full video for me. That's the part that's really next level. So how is that even possible? 2 things have to be true, and once you see them, then all of this stops sounding like magic. 1, the editor's whole state has to live in one document. My editor is a part of BetterReply, which is my software product, and every project in it is a single document. Every clip, every cut, every caption, every edit, it all lives here in this studio, which means an AI agent like Claude or Codex can read the entire edit and then write it back to me and make all these changes, these video effects, sound effects, and then it can make all of these edits through an API. 2, you need a transcript where every single word knows its own start time and end time. You can set this up in Claude code, or I have it where it automatically transcribes every video I upload, and then it has the times here, as you can see, so it knows the timing of each word. Put those 2 together, and editing stops being dragging clips around a screen, and instead it becomes a reading and writing problem. And reading and writing problems is exactly what Claude is absurdly good at. That's the entire stack right there. An editor, an agent can reach, and a transcript that knows when every word was said. Here's how I delete every bad take in my videos with AI by saying 2 words. When I'm recording a video and I mess up a line, I don't stop the camera. I just say scratch that and then I read it again. That's it, and then I keep rolling and keep going. Those 2 words become my marker for my transcript in my editor. When the recording's done and AI reads through it and finds every single time I say scratch that, it works out which take I messed up and then it removes it for me. I have a simple rule for this. The last version of the repeated line is always the one I want because that's the one I got right. On my last 45-minute video, it found 26 of those and cleaned up every single one perfectly. So bad takes that used to take me hours of just hunting through the timeline and listening to the video while recording again and again just magically disappeared. That's an hour of my life back every time I record a video. If you record any talking video at all, start leaving yourself out loud markers like saying scratch that. Even if a human's doing your edit, you've just handed them a map of every single mistake. Now here's where it actually got hard, and this is the part that I find fascinating. Knowing where bad take ends is easy. It ends when I say scratch that. But knowing where it starts is the whole problem. Because when you mess up a line, you don't restart at the exact word every single time. You might change the phrasing of how you say that one line. So sometimes the AI can't just perfectly match back in the transcript word for word where it needs to cut and replace your new take. So there's two rules that I have when recording. If I say scratch that, it's referencing the exact sentence before. And to find where the retake started, my AI looks at what I said after each scratch that marker. Then it finds where I started saying the same line earlier. It doesn't look for the nearest match, but the best match. Because a restart that's 3 sentences back still shares the same opening words with the sentence in between, and matching the nearest one leaves a duplicate in your video. So I make sure that my AI makes sure that all of the transcript makes sense sequentially. Also, I say things that include scratch pretty often in my video. Like I might say, I built this from scratch. Here's how you can do this from scratch. And the thing with that is I'm not saying scratch that to restart the take. So the speech to text also heard my actual edit markers as scratch that sometimes. Or if I would say scratch that, it would hear me saying scratch at or scratch app in the transcript. So the AI has to read context like an editor, not just match words programmatically. It has to actually be smart. And this is where AI really thrives. So next up is how my AI edits pauses. One long pause feels human. 100 of them kills your entire video. When you watch a video from your favorite creator, it feels tight for a reason. Almost every pause has been shortened by hand. Typically, they'll go into an editor like this and manually drag every single clip and cut it down to 1/4 of a second, which is enough room to breathe, but not enough for you to scroll past to the next video. My last raw tutorial video recording had 163 pauses, long enough to lose somebody. I didn't notice a single one of them while recording, and that's usually how it goes because I'm just talking naturally. Your brain doesn't notice these pauses while you're speaking, but the viewer's brain does. So here's how my AI automatically edits my videos. Any gap between my words that's longer than 0.6 of a second gets cut down to just 1/4 of a second. And section changes where I'm going from one topic to another keep a slightly longer beat on purpose. This leaves room for what I'm sharing to have more impact. So if you're a creator, go count the pauses in your last video. Not just the big ones, but all of them. That number may be part of the reason why people are leaving your video and swiping and going to the next one. Okay, so these are all the rules I give my AI editor with Claude. The edit came back and looked great, and I did what I always do with anything that AI hands me. I asked it to review it on its own before I reviewed it myself. I had it walk the finished cuts and measure the silence that it actually left between every word that survived. The report came back spotless. Longest remaining gap was well under a second. There's 0 dead air anywhere, and I was ready to publish it. Then I watched the video all the way through just to make sure and hear it with my own ears, and right in the middle of my video, everything just stops. Here's the problem. The AI says that the silence doesn't exist anywhere, and I just listened to the silence. I knew it existed there. Both can't be true at once, of course. And if the report is the thing that's lying, then this whole system is dead, because an edit that I have to rewatch every single time is exactly what I'm looking to put an end to with the work and all the work that I'm looking to escape. My video had 32 seconds of dead air that the editor swore was not there. I just let AI edit a 45-minute video of mine down to 26 minutes. It measured every gap of every word and it told me that there was 0 dead air left. So I was ready to publish it. But when I watch it back in the middle of the video, everything stops. It's 6 seconds of me just frozen on a screen, staring at nothing. And a viewer doesn't wait through 6 seconds of nothing. They're gone in just 2. So I started digging through and ran the check again, and my AI still said that there was 0 seconds of dead air. I measured the gaps between the entire video, and every gap was really tiny, so the tool wasn't broken. It just meant that there was a single silence which was hiding somewhere, and it was a gap and an error that the AI was making that I needed to fix. So I opened the raw transcript here, and the file says when every word starts and ends, and there was one row that stopped me. It said that the word Google took me 7 seconds to say. What actually happened is I said the word Google, I stared at my screen while the page loaded, and the AI transcription had made a mistake. It counted that time in between where I was staring at the screen as a part of the word itself. It turns out that the silence was never between 2 words. It was hiding inside of a single word. There were 32 seconds of it across my entire 45-minute video, and it was invisible to every check I ran. The fix was teaching my AI editor how long a word can possibly take, because one syllable doesn't take 7 seconds to say. Then the moment it knew that, the hidden silences stopped showing once I fixed my AI editor. I almost shipped a half a minute of dead silence in the middle of one of my long form videos because an AI report told me that the video editing was totally fine and ready to go. So the moral of the story here is watch your full video and make sure that everything works. And then if it needs edits, edit your system so that it will work forever moving forward. And that bug taught me more about working with AI than anything else in this build. And here's why. My verification wasn't strong. It was worse than wrong because it was actually right, but it was right about the wrong thing. It measured the gaps between words, and every gap was really tiny. The check agreed with the bug because they were both reading the same broken data. The only thing that caught it was me actually watching the output. Not the report about the output, but verifying and checking the output itself. So here's the rule that I run through everything now. Verify the thing, never just the summary of the thing. When AI edits your video, watch the video. When it writes your code, run the code. And if you're using AI for anything real, some version of this may be sitting in your work right now with a clean report saying that it's working fine on top of it. The fix in this case had to be careful too. You can't just chop every long word because clipping a real word in the middle of it sounds a lot worse than a pause that you removed. So a word only gets trimmed when it runs way past the plausible length for its letters. And even then, it keeps a tiny tail of the sound, so nothing ends mid-breath. Which brings up the question I get every single time I show somebody this system. People always ask me, how do you trust an AI to cut your video? And the honest answer is I didn't. The first time I let an AI edit a full video on its own of mine, I was sure that I would be redoing the entire edit myself. Because my AI edits my raw video recordings, and a bad cut isn't just one small mistake. One wrong cut deletes the exact sentence your whole video was building up to, and you'd only find out after it's live and after it was published. So I gave my AI one rule. After every edit, it has to tell me what exactly it did. That way I can watch the video, verify that it edited it correctly, and if there were any changes I needed to make to my system, I had a transcript of what it did. I could edit the system and make it better every single time. The first run on its own, when I had AI edit my video, it got 23 out of my 26 bad takes right. And the part that surprised me is the 3 that it missed wasn't the AI being dumb. They were actually my own rules being wrong. So all I had to do was fix my own rules, run it again, and it matched the edit that I would have done by hand exactly. So now it works perfectly nearly every single time. Reading that report takes 2 minutes, but the edit that it described to me would have taken me hours to do by hand. I don't need to trust my AI to do a perfect job. I can check it in 2 minutes, and I do every single time. The result is my AI gets better and better every single time. My quality increases drastically every single time I update my system, and I save myself so much time in the long run in the process. So here's the after picture, because the numbers still get me. 45 minutes and 14 seconds of raw footage went in, 26 minutes and 9 seconds came out. The numbers check out to this: 26 bad takes gone, 163 pauses tightened, 195 pieces on the finished timeline, and it plays like I nailed the entire thing in just one take. My whole job is now just recording my videos, which is the part that I love. Then I just need to type out one paragraph of instructions for my AI to edit this. And then I just read the report of everything it did. And I have a fantastic finished video at the end, basically every time now. And I want to be honest about what this doesn't do. It doesn't pick your B-roll, it doesn't design your thumbnail, and it doesn't make a boring video interesting. What it does is the mechanical half of editing, and the half that was eating the hours, which is cutting and dragging clips every single time I wanted to make an edit manually on my timeline. The judgment half and the design and style half is still mine, and honestly, that's the part I want to keep, because that's the human half that feels really good. But remember the problem that this started with: recorded videos that never got published because it took so much time of editing. My videos don't have that problem anymore. And the reason they don't is bigger than video editing. That's the part I really want to show you. So here it is. Things you didn't know you can do with AI Video Editing Edition. You can hand Claude a 45-minute raw recording and get back a finished edit. And I don't mean just captions or clip suggestions, I mean the actual full cut, with every messed up take removed and every dead pause tightened. I know because I lived the before. Editing is why my finished recordings used to sit on my drive for weeks going stale. The videos were done, the video editing itself was the wall. So I built the editor into my own product, BetterReply, and made every video project one document that an AI can read and write through an API to create a fully finished edit. Now Claude reads the project and reads the transcript that knows when every word was said and writes the edit back while I watch my timeline cut and edit itself in real time. And here's the part that matters even if you never edit a video. An AI agent can work in any tool that it can read and write. Today, that's my video editor, but that could also be your spreadsheet or design files or anything that has an API key. The bottleneck on my videos used to be the editing itself. Now it's just me hitting record. So that's the whole story. A 45-minute mess became a 26-minute video that I'm really proud of. The machine that edited it swore its own work was perfect, and the one lie I caught is now the reason I let it keep editing, because now I know exactly how to check it. This system is also getting better and better every single time I use it, review it, fix it, and publish it. If you want the full video on how I actually built this editor with Claude Code, the timeline, the transcript engine, all of it, let me know in the comments and I'll make it. And tell me your editing time. How long does one video actually take you from start to finish, from recording it to editing it to being completely done with it? I read all the comments and I reply to every single one of them. And if you want to try BetterReply for yourself, the link is in the description to try it for free for 7 days so that you can edit your own videos with AI with all of this already built for you. If you got something out of this video, subscribing genuinely means the world to me. I'm a small channel right now and every single subscriber counts, and I see each and every single one of you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.